Hey guys, Master Creator 1998 here, and today, I wanted to talk to you guys about the Smurfs movie 2008 trilogy film series. It was a cancelled 3D CGI animated trilogy comedic epic fantasy movie series developed by Paramount Pictures and Nickelodeon Movies. So, in 1997, Jordan Kerner, an American film producer, sent the first of a series of letters to the Smurfs licensing agent Fig Belgium, expressing interest in making a feature film. Initially, the licensing agent felt protective of giving the film rights for the Smurfs as they were connected to what story the producer is going to tell, as Jordan Kerner has chosen to not reveal yet, and it took until a draft of Jordan Kerner's film's adaptation of Charlotte's Web was read by Peyo's heirs in 2002, of which they will accept Jordan Kerner's offer. Peyo's daughter, Veronique Culliford, and family envisioned on making a Smurfs film for some time, and stated that Jordan Kerner was the first person to pitch a film that shared their vision and enthusiasm. On July 18, 2005, the trilogy of films were officially announced to be in production under the involvement of Paramount Pictures and Nickelodeon Movies, with Paramount taping Brother to write the scripts, while Jordan Kerner Entertainment's Paul Nielsen, and Nickelodeon SVP at the time Julia Pister would executive produce, and Paramount's vice president at the time Matt Jackson will shepherd the project. Also stated the first film was aiming, but not yet scheduled, for a 2008 release date in the time of the Smurfs' 50th anniversary. It should be noted that Jordan Kerner and her brother spent time on researching the 1980s TV series adaptation extensively, which includes watching all of the episodes numerous times, and planned on plugging all the plot holes of the episodes in the trilogy of 3 movies, such as the creation of another female Smurf, aside from Smurfette, the origins of the Smurfs, and Gargamel's backstory. For example, the film trilogy would have been done in the vein of The Princess Bride, Shrek, and The Lord of the Rings, described to be an animated, heartfelt, comic take. The trilogy film series was intended to explore the origins of the Smurfs lore. The first film will have discussed about the Smurfs. The sequel will focus on Gargamel's backstory, the origins of Smurf Soup, the mysteries going on at the castle, and the third film will have focused on the origins on how the Smurfs and Gargamel came in conflict with each other that will kickstart the events of the 1981 TV series. In 2007, Broomer on their site that the first film will be released in theaters on November 28, 2008, which will be 3 weeks after Paramount's first released DreamWorks Animation's Madagascar Escape to Africa, and will be directed by Colin Brady and Norton Virgin with Julia Sweeney rumored to voice a character in the film. However, Paramount, Nickelodeon, Jordan Kerner, or anyone involved with it never confirmed this info, meaning this could just have been a random user's doing considering how edible and misinformative it usually is. The November 2008 date, or a vague one, her brother, would however be officially confirmed later on with the release of the fictional site in the first quarter of 2008. Despite Paramount never reporting this info, the sites like Variety, On, etc. A Blue Buddies user also report in 2007 that a Toy Fair, a Schleich representative mentioned that Paramount just signed a deal with Imps/Peyo company that meant the first film had to be pushed to 2009 at the earliest, with the potential of moving even further, stating it wouldn't be able to be finished in the time for the 50th anniversary. The official sites released in 2008 would however confirm this, and this was likely just an internal consideration that did not went further though. Time magazine later reports in January 2008 that Paramount officially moved the first film to a tentative 2010 release date and retitle into an entitled Smurfs movie, but once again, the site's release in that same quarter will prove this false, as Paramount still had it set to release that November. On February 16, 2008, animation footage for the first film was displayed during the Happy Smurf Day Euro Tour, and a clip showed me the last 10 seconds of video talking about the Smurfs, during which they gave a brief glimpse at the animation process. During the first quarter of 2008, Paramount also released the official site for the first film, which either went under the title The Smurfs Movie, as shown by the placeholder logo present, or Smurfs the Movie, according to the domain and the site itself, at earliest on March 19, giving viewers a list of characters who will be featured, including Papa Smurf, Smurfette, Brainy, Jokey, Crouchy, Baby Smurf, Slouchy, Snappy, Susette, Puppy, and Nat. The site also announced a schedule a November 2008 release date, and promised that the director would be someone who was previously involved with the 2000 film adaptation of How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and that the first trailer will be released in June of that year. In April 2008, The film's first trailer, alongside a TV spot, were in production. During this time, a voice actor, who goes by MRSKLLYT0N on Twitter X, was hired to do voiceover work for the trailer. According to this person, the film's plot involved Gargamel finding the Smurfs village, and then having to flee to keep themselves safe at the Smurfs head through territory on the outskirts of the village, hijack Senshu, as they look for a way to stop Gargamel and save the village. The trailer also gave a first look at Puppy, who in the 1981 cartoon was a dog owned by Homnibus given as a gift to the Smurfs, shown here as a blue dog owned by Smurfette and Nat, who also in the cartoon was a male smurfing alongside Sisette, Slouchy, and Snappy, who also have grown up alongside, and now being a female Smurf portrayed as the leader of the village outskirts with black hair containing a hair clip, a basic dress with a hood, and red heels. The trailer mostly focused on Papa Smurf, Smurfette, and Gargamel. However, several other Smurfs will also feature in the trailer, including Jokey, Hefty, Brainy, Sisette, Baby Smurf, and Snappy in a comedic relief role, with Slouchy and Clumsy appearing in brief gags. While no cast list was officially provided aside of John Lithgow voicing Gargamel, according to Jordan Kerner, the voice actor recalled specific characters sounding like certain celebrities. Smurfette sounding like Emma Stone, Jokey sounded like Danny DeVito, Hefty sounding like Alec Baldwin, Brainy sounding like Tom Kenny, Baby Smurf sounding like Tara Strong, and Nat sounding like Idina Menzel. Other things that were shown and revealed in this trailer include: the trailer contained shots of the Smurfs running into Azrael, Gargamel's cat, near the end, and a view of the entire village. The logo provided at smurfsthemovie.net was slightly different to what was featured in the trailer, as the 2D Smurfs were removed and movie was now in the Smurfs font. The film's tagline was around the likes of "When evil strikes, the Smurfs will band together." The film was still planned to release on November 28, 2008 at the time. The Smurfs theme song was present during the shot of the village, and the trailer contained a generic 2000s upbeat song playing over it, but which song remains unclear. The voice actor also recalled the trailer was around 2 minutes and 15 seconds long, while the TV spot was about 35 seconds long. The trailer was not completed at the time, with the missing a few clips, and instead featuring the characters' voice lines over a black screen. The TV spot, however, was completed. Unfortunately, in June 2008, despite the first film being 60-80% complete and the trailer set to release soon, the film's producer, Jordan Kerner, would later meet with Michael Linton, chairman and chief executive of Sony Pictures Entertainment, who suggested the idea of making it live action, with Amy Pascal agreeing. Jordan Kerner would then sell the rights to the film to Sony and Columbia, which led to the creation of infamous duology live-action CG films, The Smurfs and The Smurfs 2, due to Sony Pictures Animation wanted to make a live-action adaptation of a cartoon series that will hope on the same trend as other live-action adaptation like Garfield, Scooby-Doo, Alvin and the Chipmunks, and Yogi Bear. Despite the project's demise, similar ideas to the original scrapped concepts for the trilogy film series planning by Nickelodeon and Paramount, such as the central theme of discussing about the Smurfs, will be revisited for use in future projects at the franchise by the same companies, such as the 2025 film Smurfs. Paramount Pictures will later go on to distribute the 2025 film instead. Coincidentally, both this and the first film of the trilogy had the working title of The Smurfs Movie and Smurfs, although the 2008 film referred it as Smurfs the Movie. The announcement of the trilogy was on July 18, 2005, which will be the exact same day the 2025 film released 20 years later. Here the voice cast of the Smurfs Movie 2008 trilogy: Patrick Stewart as Papa Smurf, John Lithgow as Gargamel, Emma Stone as Smurfette, Tom Kenny as Brainy Smurf, Danny DeVito as Jokey Smurf, Tara Strong as Baby Smurf, Idina Menzel as Nat, Alec Baldwin as Hefty Smurf, Peter Dinklage as Clumsy Smurf, and Alan Tudyk as Puppy. And as for Grouchy Smurf, Slouchy, Snappy, and Sisette, they didn't have voice actors during an announcement cast. If Jordan Kerner hired 4 voice actors, it would have been Louis Black as Grouchy Smurf, Michael Cera as Slouchy Smurf, Robin Williams as Snappy Smurf, and Grey DeLisle as Sisette Smurf. And as for Azrael the cat, he will be voiced by Frank Welker, but cat sound effect